Welcome to L Earning. If you don't like this pod, that is concerning. We've assembled a great team with JK, Dan and F17. We turn these L's into W's, so please don't let these L's trouble you. We always learning, so welcome to L Earning. Yo, we are back. It's your boy F17, a.k.a. the Hood's Less Brown. And I'm here with...
It's your boy Dan.
It's your boy JK.
Special guest in the building today. Yeah. Listen, if you see a Lambo in end, it's either Dave, Pastor Toby, or this guy. Introduce yourself, my bro.
Yeah, what you're saying, guys. I'm Dan. So I work for a company called the Vehicle Scout. It's my company that I've directed and headed since 2020, COVID times. Yeah. So it's been running for about 2 years now. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell, really.
Yeah.
There's more to it.
It's interesting because obviously I met Dan during sixth form, and you've always had a keen interest in cars, isn't it?
Yeah, always.
And it's just like, I always talk about people DM me like, oh, how do I find my purpose? I'm like, bro, it starts with an interest. Then you explore the interests, see if you can monetize, then it might become something. And it's like you've gone through that whole literally process. So at what point did you realize, I can actually turn this interest into a purpose, into a passion?
Okay, yeah. So basically, I think the way it was for me is that so I went to Sussex Uni. Remember, like after sixth form, everyone was just scared to like mad unis, like, bro. It was like maybe someone will go like Manchester, someone will go like Notts, and I wanted to like go like Midland side. Yeah. And then ended up going to Sussex, which is still a good, good top uni, but just not like where I wanted to go. Midland. So I was thinking like, right, okay, cool. And them times I definitely didn't see it like, like God had a plan for me. Do you know what I'm saying? I was thinking like, bro, bust case, innit? Yeah. It was either gonna be Sussex or like, bruv, something else. I don't know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, alright, cool, I'm gassed. Like, Sussex, like, it's got its credentials. I was like, yeah, cool. So I went there, studied out there for the first year. I was commuting for the first year, really.
Oh, really?
So I didn't really like meet anyone there.
Yeah, that must be tough.
But second year, I think I said to my dad, like, you know what? This time I want to actually stay on campus. And I was speaking to like my course coordinators and all that. They were thinking like, right, you're doing things kind of backwards. Like first year you're off, and
second year,
and second year like, I was actually on site, like on campus.
Okay. Not even like a shed house, like
no, on campus. Yeah. So they were thinking like, right, it's a bit mad, but alright, cool. Like go ahead and do your thing, innit? So I was there, had my car. I think I had a 3 Series them turns with the red levers,
Yeah. We're gonna go through that in a minute.
Yeah. So literally had that parked outside. It was all smooth, and I think that kind of served as an advertisement in itself because like them times there, like bro. Uni students
100. I experienced that.
Bro, Fiat 500.
Fiat 500. Vauxhall Corsa.
And Astra, bro. Astra was the main thing.
The blacked out Astra, isn't it?
Oh, that was it. Astra was the main thing. So I had an Astra still, then I let that go. I had a 3 Series. So that in itself was like an advertisement, innit? Because like a lot of people will come outside my accommodation.
Let's see the car.
I feel like, right, like
who's driving that?
You know what I'm saying? On uni campus, and this is a mature student, which I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that was like good in itself. And then I think as I started driving about through town and all that, there's a few Brighton boys like who are near to Sussex, East Sussex, and one of them saw my car one day. And basically told me to join like this Facebook BMW group and all that. Okay. So I joined the groups, started getting involved and all that. And he told me to come to some car meet one day, innit?
Okay.
So I went to a car meet in Brighton, so as the car park, bare clapped out whips, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they did that in Kia as well.
Yeah, like the Renault Saxos and all that. But bruv, did I see one guy, come through? His name's Bradley, innit? Come through at a CLA 45.
Ooh.
Bro, by them times that I'm thinking, bro, I ain't seen no one else with a better whip than me. That's our age, innit? You know what I'm saying? But like, this guy had a CLA 45. So I'm thinking, alright, cool. So got to know him, you know, then he said to me that he was setting up his own business. So he set up his own business from there, which dealt with like the brokerage of vehicles. And he kind of said to me at the time, look, if you got customers, kind of let me know and we can work together. And or if you're looking for a car for yourself, let me know. That it was that kind of idea. And as time went, you know, started referring customers over to him, but it was kind of like just out of love. Do you know what I'm saying? It was just like, this sounds cool, innit? I want to crunch the numbers. It's quite interesting. Yeah. And after we started to do like a few monetized deals off his side, and that's when I realized like, right, I can do this like for myself. Do you know what I'm saying? So I set up on my own. And from there it's just gone from strength to strength really. And I think it's a good thing that I still work with him, which is good. So like we do like plenty of deals together. Everything he learns, he's teaching me.
You still get that connection.
Still got a connection. Whatever I learn, you know, I teach him. So it's a blessing. Like, who would have thought a guy named Brad from Brighton helped me take off?
That's crazy. You know what I hear is like. Just that, like you had the attitude to just go for it. You're like, F it. Like, it's having a yes attitude, isn't it? Like, opportunities will come, but it's like sliding doors. And it's kind of like you could have easily been like, what, join a WhatsApp, like a Facebook group. What the hell, like, you can lose this Facebook. And then you wouldn't be what you were now.
Group to the car meet to meeting
like Bradley.
This random guy called Bradley. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was mad. I can't even lie. Do you know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
You know, and the guy that actually introduced me to him, like, we're still cool. But like myself and Brad, like way
taking off,
like bro, I still go down to Brighton now to go see Brad, you know, to go see family and all that. You know, it's good times, man. And do you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So I think the main message of it is that like everyone has a purpose, one, and it's just about finding that purpose really. Like, I think it happens through prayer, or maybe God will just maybe bless you with that message to tell you to go get it. Do you know what I'm saying? I got friends that are doing like amazingly well in like their career, whether it be like medicals or banking and stuff like that. And I still got my full-time job as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, I think, you know, God said like, you know, that major source of income for you, you know, will be through the vehicle scout really. So, you know, it's good.
So how easy is someone comes to you and say, I want this car? What's the next step for you? What do you do?
So I think, you know, the main things when it comes to like qualifying the client is qualifying their credit. Because someone can hear from their friends elsewhere that, bro, I'm paying like 3 bills, 4 bills for a C class or E class. Yeah, bro. It's light work if you want it, and then automatically that person thinks they qualify as well. That's the biggest myth and mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? Check your credit first, and let us check your credit for you as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then we can tell you, for example, you may not qualify, or maybe you qualify at a higher rate, so the price goes up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
But the biggest myth is customers coming through and basically expecting to qualify just for what others have qualified. Just
interesting, because people like ask me, how much you paying? I'm like, whatever. And they're like, so I can get that for this much. And I was like, actually, brother.
It's not always that. Different. Exactly. Interesting. But as I say, the question you asked is, how do you qualify the customer? I mean, so obviously they got to know what they want as well. So a lot of them come and they just think maybe the cheapest one that they've seen on Auto Trader, price from low to high, is the one that should fit their budget and all that. But then they'll say things like, I want a pan roof, I want ambient lighting, I want a 360 camera. Or when they get the car, it's like, I thought I had the bigger wheels. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about knowing what you want, knowing the specification you want. But as I said, that's what we do as the vehicle scout. So we're there to educate our customers as well, to let them know these are the specifications. You know, on a Mercedes, we've got the premium plus. You know, BMW, the spec is all over the place. There's nothing actually spec'd to list. Audi again, it's all packages and individual things. So that's how we qualify the customer really, by educating them on credit as well. That's how we do it really.
Right, that's right. No, I was just going to ask Dan, because obviously here on the L1 podcast we're all about bettering ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you, so from what you've learned now, is there anything that you've learned now that you kind of wish you knew when you started that might have made your journey like a bit easier or just a bit smoother? Like,
I mean, so I'm someone who kind of like lives like without regrets.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, to me, I'll be real, man. If I learn something later on, it's just like...
Just it is what it is. Yeah.
Just it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's certain things that maybe will hinder you, that maybe you'll think to yourself, damn, I wish I'd done it this way. Do you know what I'm saying? When it starts to hinder you, then, yeah, fair enough. But if it's just a straightforward process where you're just learning, mate, it's free game. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. Like, if I'm learning new things on a day-to-day, do you know what I'm saying? That's things I learned last week. Do you know what I'm saying? I learned that maybe I should have had a more robust website last week. Do you know what I'm saying? However, it's not something that I'm letting hinder me or something I wish I did earlier.
Yeah.
No, this is something that I know what I want in my website. I know how to make it robust, and it's something, I'm just gonna go for. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that mindset.
So it's never too late.
It's never too late. No, it's never too late. No.
So I'm trying to say. So yeah, man. So correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, this is kind of my the observation from what I've obviously known for a minute.
Yeah.
So BMW 6 Series.
Yeah.
Audi Q8.
Yeah.
Straight after. So even from the Q8, we started to think.
Yeah.
I was saying to this guy 2 years ago, Q8, my dream car.
Yeah.
I was driving through Croydon. I see, mostly, I know when you see his cars, you know
it's his car.
I only see your car, I never see you, bro. Like, your car is on the spot somewhere. I never see you, but the car is there. I'm driving, I see a Q8. I said, nah, I need to go Fred quickly. I said, driving a Q8.
Q8. Audi RS5. Yeah. Same time as you go to RS5, I see an R8. Audi R8. So that time he was doing Audi Gang. Like he found his thing. When I thought it was Audi Gang, I see Range Rover SVR blue. Yeah, I just see it in the Tesco car park. And then when we thinking, he's got his whip, Lamborghini. Oh my goodness. So like, tell us about that kind. Like, is there one that kind of is closest to your heart? That's quite that kind of transition.
What's the next one?
We'll go into that in a second.
Yeah.
But tell us kind of about your transition like between whips, and which one is dearest to your heart.
Okay, cool. So I mean, look, I think the one that's dearest to my heart at the moment, that's kind of hard to let go of, is the SVR.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I say the SVR is because it just does everything. Do you know what I'm saying? It's loud. I can carry 5 people.
That's a good point.
Even if on a weekend, like we go clubbing, like, on a slight overload thing, do you know what I'm saying?
It's fine.
Bro, it can take it, do you know what I'm saying? And it's loud, it's fast, and it's got, nice features, pan roof. When you get SVR, just to let you guys know, SVR comes with pan roof as standard. You ain't got to search for it as a spec. Every single one has a pan roof. Every single one has a heated steering wheel. Every single one has bucket seats. Every single one has heated seats in the front and the back.
Mad.
And every single one has 22-inch wheels. You know what I'm saying? And then every single one has a carbon bonnet. So
this is crazy.
It's like the most robust vehicle out there. Do you know what I'm saying? And Range Rover is like a new level of luxury. Do you know what I'm saying? My first Range Rover ever, but it's a very comfortable car. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, with all my other cars, like, it was kind of like, okay, like with the Q8, it was like a compromise because it was a diesel, but it had that flex, that 4x4 flex.
Yeah.
It was a diesel, and it was kind of slow. Then my RS5 was like real fast, but it couldn't carry 5 people, and it wasn't big and heavy, and didn't have that noticeable look on the road. Do you know what I'm saying? My R8, amazing car, but it was 2 seats. Do you know what I'm saying? My mum didn't want to jump in it. No. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't carry 5 people. It's not like that clubbing whip on the weekend. Do you know what I'm saying? So the SVR has just ticked all the boxes. In terms of what car is next, do you know what? This is something that I've learned as well in the game as well. I go for whatever makes sense at the time.
It's an opportunity to kind of present itself.
Opportunity,
boom. Because I saw you say with the Lambo, you're like, the owner was crazy enough to sell it to me.
Yeah.
Bro,
so like, kind of just opportunity.
It's opportunity, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I never sat there 6 months ago and said, no, I never manifested for a Lambo. Do you know what I'm saying? I never said, I'm going to get a Lambo, or it has to be the Lambo. SVR, I never said I was going to get SVR.
Yeah.
It just came up at the time, and it made sense. I looked at the market, I looked at the residual, and I thought to myself, what money making opportunity is there in this car? And you know, by God's grace, every single car that I've had, I've been able to make a profit out of. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I'm earning money to drive these cars.
That's rare.
And it's interesting because like people would think cars as a liability.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I've had to. But do you know what? You shouldn't actually talk people out of their mindset, because to the general market it is. To the people I sell to,
It's not.
it's not. You know, but to the general market it is. If you go Car Giant, you're walking out of a loss. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you go Audi, Merc, main dealer, without the help of a broker, you're walking out potentially with a loss. Do you know what I'm saying?
Explain the whole help of a broker thing.
I mean, so with a broker, like for example, like if you're going into you're going to buy a property, you can think you're as smart as you want, and you can go and approach your bank directly or whatever, we can all go to our banks for mortgage, you know what I'm saying? But by going to a broker, you learn different terms like 2-year fixed, 5-year fixed, you know, you learn different elements to the buying process. And that's the same thing with the car buying process. The headline advertised rate in the UK, so APR, the most common APR that a customer signs up for on a car is 11.9% APR. But at the vehicle scale, the most common APR that we sign customers up to is 6.5% APR.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's just to tell you that there's a lot of misinformation out there, because people think to themselves automatically, go straight to Audi, peace of mind. Yes, there is peace of mind. However, there's peace of mind until you come to sell. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when you now start to look at things like negative equity. Do you know what I'm saying? So speaking to a broker can mean you get into the right car at the right price with the right APR. You know, and that's my role as a broker, really. But the thing is, if you are as knowledgeable as me,
then
there's no need to speak to a broker. Do you know what I'm saying? But
a lot of people, as you said, people go to Audi, people go to BMW, because it's all they know as well. You never think of a car broker. Do you know what I mean? Until it is. I just spoke to you. I can't lie.
It's just got your mind, doesn't it?
Do you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. Like, you know, so, and that's one thing I found as well. Like, you know, if you are very interested in cars and you think you know the market as well as the broker does, then there's no need to speak to a broker. You know what I'm saying? You'll figure it out for yourself. I got friends that love cars as much as I do, or even more than I do. You know what I'm saying? And I say to them all the time, I'm like, bro, there's no need to speak to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do this for bands with you. Like, it's interesting, it's fun. But if you know the market, just go on. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you don't know the market as much as me, then come to me.
And that's weird, because obviously I've got a question. So obviously I'm actually looking to buy a new car. So I've got a Corsa, that's my car, it's my first car. I've had it for like 6-7 years. I'm looking to upgrade to either an A-Class, a 1 Series, or a A3, just because that's what I can afford. So if I were to come to you, I was going to ask, do you like kind of specialise in certain kinds of cars, or do you literally just kind of do all sorts? Like, doesn't really matter.
We do all sorts. I think one very common misconception is that, because obviously a lot of people see me in the Lambo and stuff like that, they automatically think that like, he's big time car broker. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's no big time and small time car broker. No, that's not how it works. I don't sit there and sell cars. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a finance broker by trade. Do you know what I'm saying? Which means I'm interested in any deal. It's not like if you got a Corsa or Vauxhall Mocha or A-Class, the deal's too small for me. No. Do you know what I'm saying? We work from the bottom all the way to the top. Do you know what I'm saying? As long as the car has a selling price of at least 10 grand, we can finance it. Do you know what I'm saying? We can do it. So
fantastic.
Interesting.
So you spoke about robustness of the SVR, which is one of the reasons why you like it so much. Now, maybe a car that isn't so robust, Audi A7. Going through your YouTube, we saw that one of your friends that I know as well absolutely ripped off.
I saw A7.
Absolutely destroyed as well. But we see you doing a madness on the road as well. So I was going to ask you, have you ever been in that kind of accident where like you have written off a vehicle, bro?
Because Lamborghini, bro, Lambo, when you get to the motorway, I know you do not drive 70 miles an hour.
Who does?
See, do you know what it is? Like, for me, I got too much PTSD about like having to fork out for the repair costs or the aftermath or the insurance of it. So, like, I move mad, but I move mad within reason. You know what I'm saying? Because
smart.
I'm not really trying to be going through all that madness. You know what I'm saying? So no, I haven't actually had an experience like that. And plus, do you know what? When you get to this level of car, like all these cars like Lambos, R8, you will notice that basically the way the car handles is very much in your favour. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, for example, when I'm driving like the Q8 them times,
yeah,
it used to do things that kind of made me feel like, yeah, you know what, this car's not here for the madness. You know what I'm saying?
It's happened to me sometimes.
Yeah. But you know what? I bought a BMW M4 2 weeks ago, and a brand new one, and that was like my childhood dream car.
Yeah.
Since the M4 and the M3 was out back in the day,
yeah.
I used to think, wow,
That
I can
would
only
be
imagine
yeah,
what them
yeah.
kind of cars, because it's a proper road car, a normal road day-to-day car, but it's got serious performance.
Yeah, when you need to shift, it shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, right, I wonder what it would be like to own that. So I bought it 2 weeks ago, and just like that as well. Do you know what I'm saying? The way it handles, you can just tell it's next level. Do you know what I'm saying? You can just tell.
So you're actually less likely to get into accidents.
You're less likely to get into accident. Do you know what I'm saying? You're less likely because the way it handles, the way it holds you in with certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's there. It's got a lot of tutorials on it because it knows you're going to be doing these kind of things. It's got a drift analyzer. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So if you plan to drift, it will go through some sort of tutorial. It's like,
Oh,
it's like playing a game of FIFA.
Crazy. That is
You know what I'm
actually
saying?
crazy.
It's like FIFA, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see how you used to practice the free kicks? It's like that. Yeah, bro. It teaches you.
That is crazy.
So it just goes to show
Yeah.
that kind of thing is patterned. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When it comes to the
That's interesting because I feel like there's a misconception that obviously driving a fast car is going to tend to be more dangerous, but if the car is in your favour.
It is more dangerous naturally because if you disable all the
Yeah.
assistance systems, you're talking about a Lambo that goes up to 204 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's got 610 brake horsepower. That's a serious weapon. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So if you really use it wrongly,
Then it's
then yeah.
Interesting. So, with do you ever feel a way like being in the ends driving supercars?
Do you know what? No.
No.
I feel like
Where do you park them?
we've got underground car parking as
I
well.
was going to say, so you've got to be careful when you're parking the cars.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think the way it is, like obviously, like if you got bad company or you're into bad, whatever, then bad things naturally
Will happen.
can find you in it. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're a good person, good contacts, good life, do you know what I'm saying? There's nothing to really worry about. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the way I kind of see it really, and I can't let the ends or let my life, or my surroundings stop me from making money.
Yeah.
One or two, enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
100%.
that's the way it goes really.
Really, that's definitely a good mindset to have still, definitely, yeah. So with the YouTube, we see that obviously you have a lot of car stuff, you have a few lifestyle blogs as well.
Yeah.
The Ghana one was cold.
Yeah, that was good. I really like that one. Yeah.
We're trying to see more of that, man. Like, what have you got? Like, what's in store for your YouTube, man?
the real answer is working a full-time job, and also running the vehicle scout with things like a website to relaunch, Instagram page to keep going, numerous customers to keep happy, and not trying to actually employ anyone else because only you see the vision of the business as it is. It adds up to be quite a lot, and therefore I only get time to make videos when I can. But I think there's definitely steps that I'm taking to make sure that my viewers can have consistent content coming out. Because I mean, when you think about it, it's mad. Like BMW M4 competition 2022, Lambo Huracan, and an SVR. It's a recipe for success.
100.
YouTube,
Yeah,
right?
that's content that the people need to see.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it'll come.
Interesting. You're gonna-
Sorry, when did you first start having this liking in cars?
Do you know what? Like I've been interested in cars from like day one, but I think when I was like 18 and I was in sixth form, I was in sixth form, like I wasn't really excited to get a car. Like, I wasn't trying to get gas to do my license or anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think it was probably Isaac who probably got his license.
I think that's what it is,
And then he made it sound like, bro, it's probably easy to get a license. Like, bro, like, do your test. Lessons them days were £20 a lesson, innit?
Yeah.
You know, that's light work, do you know what I'm saying? £20 a pop, do you know what I'm saying? So I said, alright, cool, get the license. And then, bro, he was like, first whip. Bro, trust me, man, you can get a whip for a bag. I was like, bro, are you sure?
What?
He was like, bro, I'm buying a Fiat Punto for £4 bills.
Yeah.
He said, Fiat Punto, £4 bro. I said, £4? And he was like, bro, £4. So I bought mine for a bag. I bought a newer one, and his one just did a madness on the motorway, bro. Just the thing just set on fire, innit? But for me, I said, yeah, let me get one that's like a few years newer, innit? Yeah. So I went Norwich with my dad, picked up a Fiat Punto, do you know what I'm saying? But then, what made me start going into like the higher class of car, yeah, because I realised when I was buying these cheap cars, yeah, I was spending a lot of money to like do them up to make them nice. I was buying wheels, I was buying like an exhaust, I was buying a new sound system, all the things there. Subwoofers, yeah. I said, bro, all this money that I'm losing on these modifications, the biggest cash loss of mine was the 3 Series. Yeah. The 3 Series I spent like £6 on exhaust and I didn't like it, so I paid another £350 to make it quieter. Like a bag there. Yeah. I spent like £8 on the wheels. I spent like a bag on the sat nav system. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of money going into it. I changed the lights on it. I made it look nice. Do you know what I'm saying? But I was carrying like a 3, 4, 5 bag loss that I didn't recover when I came to sell the car. So my mindset changed into these more expensive cars. And if you buy smart, you either make money or you get out with no loss.
Yeah. That's amazing, man.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's amazing. That's why people need to come check the vehicle scout, man. Like if you're trying to upgrade your whip, I plug it a lot on my Instagram, so like my followers probably seen it before. This is a guy for you, like you said. Rather than going straight to the source, go to a broker. He can help you actually half your APR on that. Get a much better deal.
And as I said, like, look, even speaking to a broker, it doesn't mean you're not buying from the dealership. You're still gonna buy from the dealership. Well, there's a good chance that you still buy from the dealership. Do you know what I'm saying? And remember, we don't have to source the car. Do you know what I'm saying? We have cars in our stock, but however, a customer is welcome to send us a link and say, look, I don't care what you say.
This is what I want.
This is what I want. This is the car I want.
I can.
Just get me the best finance deal I can. Do you know what I'm saying? And we'll do that finance deal for you with that car that you found. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't charge brokerage fees, so there's nothing to worry about there.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not like, if I go to a broker, a common misconception with a lot of these local brokers, you know what I'm saying, it's like, £2, £5, you know what I'm saying? We don't charge broker fees, you know what I'm saying? We're just simply there. We have a thirst for making sure that our customers just get the most competitive deal on the market. Beautiful, you know, because that's how it spreads.
It's definitely put the customer first at the heart of it, and everything else spreads. It's really interesting. Last thing, in business side of things, because I was even saying in the previous episode, I've recently hired people to help me out, but you're saying you're not on that. Like talk on that a little bit.
I mean, look, I'll probably be on it in the future, but it needs to be at a level where I clearly can't keep up with this. Do you know what I'm saying? It needs to be a level where like we got hundreds of DM requests that just can't be responded to.
Makes sense. And is that because, as you said before, like you only see the vision right now, and you want it to make it maybe like, I guess, get shaped in the way you want it first. And then you can just put it in the hands of someone because you know that
they share that
as well. So what we've started off right now is the Vehicle Scout referral scheme. So we've got referrers or people who want to kind of get closer into the brokering game whilst earning a second income on the side. So what we allow is we allow customers to kind of refer customers on and kind of help manage the process. And when they do that, they earn a percentage of the sale. Which means that they can make a side hustle for themselves. They can learn about the process and they can educate themselves. And it helps me in return because I get people to help manage my workload.
That's a sensational way of doing it.
So
fantastic. So like, and you've second hand, you got people helping you out.
They're not on PAYE. You know, they don't get paid dividends. They just get paid a referral.
That makes so much sense.
So it comes off the P&L of the company. So,
love that. I think we got a slide, man. Thank you for blessing us. So very informative.
Before we do leave, where can people find you if they want to find you? What, YouTube, Instagram, like what's your handle so they can find you if they want to reach out to you?
So look, if you've got a personal interest for cars in general, then just follow our enthusiast page, which is D10YAM. That's the registration number of the car as well. So D10YAM, can't forget it. If you're looking to purchase your car, or if you're looking for just simply finance and you've already found the car you're looking for, then hit us up on the Instagram page, which is The Vehicle Scout. If you wanted to find me an email, it's info@thevehiclescout.com, and soon obviously our website will be relaunching, which is www.thevehiclescout.com.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna put his socials in the description, both YouTube video and Spotify, so you guys can see him if you need to. Yeah.
Check him out. Even if you're not ready, you haven't found a car, just check it out.
If you just love cars, man, check him out.
And if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, it's D10YAM.
Yeah. So that's consistent across. And even just look at the journey, man. Like this is someone who obviously I met when I was like 17. He didn't have his license, but he would just talk about cars, like he liked cars. And then 8, 9 years on now, he's created a company, around something that he clearly has a big passion in, very informed in, and look at where it's taken him in such a short space of time. You've founded in 2020.
Wow,
2 years ago.
During COVID.
It was mad. Like I was in my job, and the job wasn't going so well.
Yeah.
My first job at a uni. Then I was just like, you know what, forget it, I'm leaving. I left this job, and I said, look, I'm gonna start looking for a proper job that's related to my degree. And in the meantime, I said I need something to tie me over, and it was this kind of business. So
that's where it starts, man. Start with an interest. You try to explore that, see where you can monetize it. You never ever know where it takes you.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't ever look at someone else's business and think like, oh rah, they're making bare peas. I can probably do this as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't go and start a care home if you don't care about other people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no. Care homes are very lucrative,
100.
I don't want to start one if you don't care about
people.
Exactly.
Don't care about people.
From experience, I started a property management business. I don't give a toss about properties. It lasts like 3 months. I'm no longer doing it. There's money in properties, but that's not my thing.
It's not your thing.
That's not what you're on.
That's not what I'm on. So that's why I always tell people,
rush it.
Know what you're on, know your strengths, know what your interests are, and then you can monetize on anything. So monetize on what you want to, because that's when you're in it for the long run.
Yeah. Facts.
So thanks for having us on today, bro. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
This has been the L
Podcast.
Love, like, subscribe, and share everything.
Welcome to L Earning. If you don't like this pod, that is concerning. We've assembled a great team with JK, Dan, and F17. We turn these L's into W's, so please don't let these L's trouble you. We always learning, so welcome to L Earning.